This, this.
All right. All right. Let's just share the screen, and we will begin. Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I apologize. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me put my camera on. Not that it makes much of a difference. Good morning. Sorry I'm a few minutes late today, folks. Tim, good morning. CJ, Jody, Omar, Don, Arnulfo, Steve, Pia DeBrock, Ivano, Bill, Tom, Samson, Jeff, Glenn, Jason, JB, Devin, James, David, Beth, Beam Clay's in the house, John, the Sassy Trainer, Lydia, Chad, Robert, Rebecca, Richard. Good morning, Richard. Another Richard. We had multiple Richards. We got Dan. We got Lawrence. Ali. Good morning to you too, Ali. Dave. Harold. Brian. Chris. Wade. Kevin from Carlsbad. I love it. Timothy. Pete. Steve. Dave. Eduardo. Penny. Good morning, Penny. Vernon. Dave. Keong. James. Delroy. Infinitely. Good morning, Infinitely. Great to see you. Genevieve. Dr. Serena. I hope you're feeling better. Robert. We got Kirk. We got Ronaldo. We got Murray. He's not coming in today, but he's going to be working. He is working today. I'm sure he's still sleeping, but I usually reach out to him afterwards. He will be working remotely, and you should be seeing him today. He looked like he was gone yesterday when I talked. The poor guy didn't sleep for hours, but they're doing better. Good morning, Deanna. Keith, Edgar, Ray, Delbert, Brian, Lewis. Brian, good morning, Brian. Big thank you once again. I don't think Matt has a chance to look at anything yet, but I'm pretty sure he will today. But he's been forwarding everything you've been saying, you've been sending, and they've been putting it in the members area. So just FYI there. Everything is copacetic and kosher there. We're getting off to a good start. We didn't miss too much with Matt not being here, but it makes me work much harder. Creo, William, good morning, William. Alan, John, Dave, Jean, good morning. And I got those cat videos for you. Big thank you. We got, let me just say hello to everybody here. Deanna, Keith, Edgar, Ray, Delbert, Brian, Lewis, Brian, Scotty, Liberty, Larry, Naples fan, Ruth, Henry, Charlie, Clyde, Brian, Carlos, Picasso at work today. Hey, so far that Picasso drawing is turning out into a $1 trillion idea, right? Infinitely Dan, still on time for most of us. Yep, John, Dave, John, Alan, William, Creo, Sherman, Dr. Serena, Mark, uh, Rick, PI007, Mitch, Keyhawk fan, Larry. We got Richard. We got Peter Jensen. Good morning, Peter. Rich, Mont, Keyhawk fan, Michael, Ricky, Todd, Robert. Good morning. Good morning, my peeps. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me go ahead and focus on the market real quick here. We've got a couple of things going on. I was a few minutes late myself this morning. Is Matt as tired as Clyde? No, Clyde is a lot more tired than Matt Murray. Clyde is, hey, Martin, good morning. Eric, good morning. Clyde is a lot more tired. I think I'm going to have to increase his dosage of those pills. He's been nervous lately. Anyway, folks, today the big news is going to be the GDP. This is not that big, although it should be. And then this is not going to be anything right here. So the big report is going to be GDP. I highlighted for you earlier in the week. The main part, we're basically looking over annual rate, and we want to see this number. The consensus is 2.4, which is kind of interesting, but it's an upwards revision, not a downwards revision. We'll see if this comes out at 2.5 or 2.4. I'd prefer to see it at 2.3, obviously, but we'll see what happens. Personal consumption, I think, is going to come at 4.2. I think it's going to be right on the dot. You have to frame that Picasso. I do. Rosalind, Kirk, Robert. Does anybody not know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about my Picasso? Does anybody not know what I'm talking about? Let me know. I'll show you real quick. Here, the Picasso. Oh, does anybody not know what I'm talking about? Let me know if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Just put new to you, Heacock fan. Let me show you. Oh, I'll show you here on the 19th of this month, which a long time ago in a history far, far in a land far, far away. I drew something for you guys. I'm going to show you what I drew for you, and I've pointed it out about 10 times since that time. Right here. This is my Picasso drawing right here. Remember the big picture. It's very common to have a retracement to the 200-day moving average before moving lower. This is not unexpected. Have some perspective. March 19th. Do you now know? Does anybody know now? Oh, I know Robert knows. Does anybody, you missed my Picasso? This is my Picasso. I drew this on the 19th. I love Telegram. Everything is time stamped. You can't BS, right? No revisions, nothing. 2,283 people, 10:17 a.m. It's my little Picasso drawing. So my Picasso was political. I didn't know that. Now do you guys remember my Picasso drawing? Let's look at how things have turned out. Yeah, my Picasso drawings are more could be more valuable than Picasso's drawings themselves. You remember that, huh? Yeah, somebody labeled it the Picasso drawing and it was funny. So, what did I let's look at the picture. Let's look at the picture. It's nice to have a picture, right? A lot of people, we could have done this. I said that. No, no, no. I gave you my Picasso drawing, and I haven't backed away. And it was on the 19th, 19th, 19th. Look at the market. How is it? What is it looking like right now? Does it look any different than my Picasso drawing from the 19th? Oh, today's the 27th. That was 8 days ago. That was a masterpiece, right, Carlos? Maybe writing a tale, right? See, folks, you don't need to have crazy cockamamie indicators. You just have to have a good read you just have to have a good experience and an eye. These moving averages will tell you everything you need to know. I did here's the current picture. Here's this one right here. Here, the 200 day. There's the little dot. There's the 200 day. And there's the market. There's the 200 day. There's the market. By the way, I've shown this picture at least 30 times in the last 8 days on several different channels. If you guys haven't seen this picture, then you haven't been following me, because I've been doing it on bar chart. I've been doing it here. I've been doing it in the morning show, and I've been doing it everywhere. Sometimes all we need to do is just stare at this for a few days. So one time I'll just put this up and we'll all be just very quiet and we'll look at this, because this told you more than any news media outlet, more than any guru and anybody else in the last 10 days, 8 days. Just this picture alone. Tell me I'm crazy. Mm-hmm. Can't make this up if you can't make this up if you tried. And if I show you the QQQ, it's going to look even more like it. The QQQ actually looks scary. Look at this. Didn't look how it hit the 200 and backed away. Look at that. Point is, folks, there's a reason you're here. There's a reason why I've been doing this for 31 years, and there's a reason why we have. Let's just say that I kind of know this stuff pretty well. All right, let's get into the analysis. For anybody who's still, and boy, did it drop yesterday. It did. It did. Stare at it, and it will smile at you. Exactly. Yep. Do you guys remember the 265 SMH level that I talked to you about 8 months ago? Just want to show you this. That's the level right here that we drew. Do you guys remember that? The 265? Cam, do you have my t-shirt ready? Cam or Gustavo, are you guys here? Do you guys remember the 265 level? Don't do anything till we go above 265. Have we been wrong yet? You guys remember? Remember from like 6, 7 months ago? Do you guys remember that? Kevin remembers that. Bob remembers that. How quickly we forget. Folks, I don't play around. Please pay attention to what Uncle Roger says. All right. Market, we have, and most of you do, and most of you do. Yep. You remember, Cam. Good morning. Let me post a link to you, by the way. All right. There you are. There's Cam. Web Pro Trader Dash could be a cool market internal tool. I'll take a look at it. I haven't seen it yet, Cam. I'll take a look at it in a bit, what you just posted for me, but I want to go ahead and post this here. Oh, my dogs are going crazy again. So I haven't done that level yet, but I will. You have not changed 265 in a long time. Yeah, like 8 months now. Like 8 months. So customer service live, real quick. Let me give you, I hope you guys don't hear my dogs. If you do, I sincerely apologize. They are being very loud and obnoxious right now. I'm going to do a class today. I think I'm live today. This may be the last time we're doing it in quite some time, which means the offer is going to be expiring pretty soon, which means if you guys haven't gotten in on it yet, this is a good time to do it. The Alpha Zone Pro event today, I'll be in the VIP room teaching you guys some real actionable stuff today. I'll post later what I'll be teaching. And hopefully my assistant is, everything's okay. I haven't heard from him since 11 o'clock last night. I'm so glad you can't hear them because I can't hear anything except them. 2 days prior, now a gap to finish filling. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So again, we have a mixed market. We have divergence yesterday. Folks, I've mentioned to you several times, whenever you have blue chips up and tech down, it creates, it takes a lot away from, it will only be going up. Yeah, exactly, Murray. It will only be going up. It ain't going to be going down. And we're going to be making a lot of upgrades. I want to wait for the 2-week trial for all the tire kickers to finish with the Alpha Zone, and then I'm going to start making real serious upgrades to it. But I want to get all the tire kickers out, the 14-day tire kickers out. The people who download it and then just get a refund, I want to make sure they're all out of the system, and then we're going to go hot and heavy, folks. Hot and heavy. Got a few more days. Yeah, I would be buying it today. Yes, I would be buying it today because price is probably going to go up to $24.95 in the next few days. Okay. And yes, we took another winner yesterday. Winner, chicken dinner. All right. So when markets are fragmented like this, you don't have a lot of directional bias. Now, today, we may get directional bias because we have GDP report coming up. The international trades in goods and services, this is a pretty big report, but the market has not been responding to it. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Thank you all of you. Thank you. Jobless claims, as you guys know, I don't even look at this number anymore. Why? Because for the last, I'm just going to say as far back as I can remember. I don't want to put a number on it because I don't want to lie to you. But as far back as I can remember, this number has been in the low 200s. Even if this number was to go up to 275, which I haven't seen in a long time, it would still be okay. Honestly, if you see this at 235 or you see this at 210, it's been, this thing has been like, you know how they say volatility is broken? I don't think volatility is broken. I think this jobless claims report is broken. I think something is going on because throughout COVID, throughout this entire time, it's always in the low 200,000s. So I don't even look at it anymore. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. Okay. I honestly don't pay attention to it anymore. Okay. So unless this number just doubles or something really crazy happens, this is not even worth talking about. Um, GDP is, and this can really set the tone. Again, one thing I really don't like, I don't mind the market being down. Hey, Harry. Hey, Joy. Hey, Ivan. Hey, Eagle Beagle. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One thing I really don't mind if I saw everything down, like the Dow is down right now, 100 points. It would be okay because at least it would give us a directional bias. When you see the Dow up 40 points and you see the NASDAQ down, it creates a lot of friction. I want you guys to understand why it creates a lot of friction. If you guys don't understand why it creates, thank you, Dr. Serena. We appreciate you, and I hope you're feeling better. Thank you. If you have a persona, I have come up with something that could be very cool. Oh, I love it. Cam's always cooking up something cool. With Gustavo and Chip, they're always doing something fun, guys. Don't miss Customer Service Live. I think he has a treat for you guys for today. Here's a link. Here's a link. And Cam, big thank you for making that Trading View installation video because obviously Matt hasn't done it yet. I agree you can't trust. I need independent verification. Exactly. Of course, technically the gap didn't get closed more than 50% yesterday, the SPY from right. We'll talk about that. It's a little gap, but we'll talk about that. Richard and I were talking about it last night, actually, or midday yesterday. So I want to explain something to you. You see, as you know, most institutional traders, they don't buy one stock or two. They press a button. It's called program buying or program selling. They buy multiple stocks at the same time. Well, it's really hard to, let's say they buy five S&P 500 stocks. The odds are every other stock in the S&P, think about this, every other stock in the S&P is a tech stock. Every other stock in the S&P is a blue chip stock, right? Right, about 50% of S&P's tech, right? Healthcare, speculative, and then the other stuff, 50, you guys know, industrial, all that stuff. So when you have blue chips up, Dave, and you have NASDAQ down, what happens is it creates a disruption in the main index because the index it's like a fade. It's like 50% of the stocks are going up, 50% of the stocks are going down. What happens is it creates this like a sector. Why do ETFs have less volatility than stocks, folks? Think about this. Why do ETFs always have less volatility than an individual stock? Because if you have 15, let's say you have 30 stocks in an ETF, right? And let's say 15 stocks go up, and let's say 15 stocks go down. You're never going to have a situation where all 15 stocks are up or down, right? So let's say 15, 20 stocks are up. Think about this. Just think about it. Common sense. 15, 20 stocks are up, 10 stocks are down. They're going to ground each other. They're going to reduce volatility. They're going to hedge themselves. Exactly, Kevin. That's what I would do. Blame everything on the baby. So you guys understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying. So an index is the same thing as an ETF. An ETF is an index. You're not going to have all 500 stocks in the S&P up. You're going to have 40 down, 50% up. The problem is this changes the dynamic. Because if you have this down 100 points and this is down 50 points, at least most stocks will be down. Here, you're going to have industrial stocks up and chip stocks down. What is that going to do? It's going to ground the S&P. The S&P is not going to know whether it's going up or down, you see, because half the stocks are going up or down. Now, what I just can't exactly what Jen just said, they can't cancel each other out. And this isn't like a very advanced technical term. This is just real common sense. That if you have 200 stocks moving up and you have 250 stocks moving down, it's going to create this. And when that happens, it's very difficult to get a strong directional candle. It's hard to get those big run candles on the SPY intraday. Capiche? You guys understand what I'm saying? Very, very, very hard to get that. To get that. Very, very hard to get that. So, I just want you to understand that now at the open, this can shift. And usually what will happen, one of these will overcome the other halfway through the day. In other words, the NASDAQ will just drop so much that it'll start impacting these stocks as well. But sometimes if it's like up down 50, up 50, you're going to get it's like you're pressing on the gas and you're pressing on the brakes at the same time. My wife always says your children are the rainbow of your life, but grandchildren are the pot of gold. That's what I hear, Dave. I'm looking forward to that too. I still have about a decade to go, but maybe less. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to that part of my life. I'm looking forward to that part of my life. So the point is, whenever you see this, you should anticipate less directional bias for obvious reasons, right? Capiche. Good. Kevin understands it. So the first thing I see when I look at this is if there's divergence. If there's divergence, I know right away I'm not going to have as much of an edge as if I would if there was no divergence. So I'd like to see this all red or all green. And I honestly don't care what it is. It makes no difference to me, either green or red. But when you start seeing the Russell up a point, the Dow up 38, and by the way, all of these not only are they diverging from each other, but they're also random. 48 points on the SPY is random. So to me, this is just a bunch of nothing. This is just a bunch of nothing. Thank you, Dr. Serena. 23 grandchildren. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I mean, where do they all sleep when they come over your house, Steven? Do you need like a castle, man? Like, right? Like, what happens if you have like a holiday and they come to your house, like at 5 or 6 or 7? That's crazy, man. I mean, it's you're a lucky man, but boy, oh boy, do you guys see that? Steven says 23 grandchildren. You're a very lucky man, but like, what do you guys do on holidays? You like rent out a hotel? Jeez, wow, that's something. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Carlos says, if I knew how great grandchildren are, I would have skipped my children. Exactly, Carlos. Exactly how I feel. No, my kids are great. Sleeping bags. Okay, that's crazy. 23. My goodness. All right. Gold. What is gold doing? Remember, I told you I think it's safe to buy gold yesterday when we were above the 8 day. I told you don't get like over, don't go crazy. But I loved how gold was looking. All I said yesterday was I would like to see gold above this area, which was above the previous day's high. I said I'd love to see a breakout, but it's breaking out. It's looking really good. And folks, the fact that gold is making an all-time high and continues to make an all-time high, that does not bode well for our stock market certainty factor. We all know that, right? We all know that. Really, really important. Bond market. Ugh, things are getting ugly, folks. I hate to say I told you so. You know, I really think I do need a T-shirt that says I hate to say I told you so, because I've been saying that quite a lot lately. We have to have them camped in the backyard. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair. Hey, you ask a question, you get an answer. Let me pull up my TC 2000 so we could see the reaction from the GDP together. Okay. I'll just pull up my bonds and we'll look at it. Takes a second to load. There we go. I love my TC 2000. All right, so here's the bond market. I'll just keep it on my side screen and we'll keep an eye on it, okay? We'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully you guys took that McDonald's trade I gave you guys yesterday at the end of the day in the pit. It was a pretty good trade, actually. Chris, Frederick, we also have 7, but 23. Jeez, I honestly, hey, wait, how many children do you have? How many kids do you have, Stephen? To have 23 grand, how many? That should have been a good question. Let me know how many kids you have. I want to know how many children you have. How many did it take to produce 23 grandkids? Names would be easy for me to remember. Right? Yeah, you gotta your memory. Right? True. Yeah, I'm thinking all the things you guys are writing is all the things that are going through my mind right now. Little League, right? Yeah, let me know how many kids you have. I want to know how many kids he's got. Eight children. Okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. My grandmother had 10 brothers and sisters, so I have a lot of second cousins in Los Angeles. A small party in Los Angeles for me would be 100 people, and it would be all family. Yeah, I have a huge family in Los Angeles, but not first cousins. I only have two first cousins, but I have about 50 second cousins. And they all had kids and they all had kids. So I have a really large family in LA. They topped out at seven, kept asking for more, huh? Jeez, my God. I don't know how you guys do it. Anyways, let's get back to this. So the bond market is now below all the key averages. This puts a lot of pressure on the stock market, folks. This puts a lot of pressure on the stock market yield. All right. Your interest rates are getting higher on your adjustable credit cards and your adjustable home mortgages. Bonds went from 92 to 89. That increases yield. That puts pressure on technology. Okay. All right. I have a calendar, my daughter, that had all the birthdays and anniversary. I also have kept an outlook. That's the only way I keep. I believe that. I don't see how else you could. Wow. Amazing. I got to tell my wife this. Both my parents are from 10 children each, 103. My God. I got to say, got some interesting people here. So I don't like this. I'm hoping that we bottom out here. One thing I will say, we do have we do have a lot of stuff around here. So I think we're going to get stuck here for a while. The level I want you guys to focus on right now, and this is going to be one of those crazy levels I'm going to give you, and let's just hope we don't break this level right here. I'm going to draw this for you right here. I don't want us to break this level. If we break this level, we're going to revert back to the downtrend. What I was hoping for is that this trend would become positive and take us above the 200-day moving average, which would mean we are going into a deflationary mode. This takes us away from so I want you guys, let me explain this in English. This makes it longer for rates to go down. This makes it faster for rates to go down. So if you see this, that means the Fed is pushing the can down the road. If you're seeing this up, that means the Fed is getting ready to lower rates. It is implied that when interest rates when interest rates start declining, we're going to be above the 200-day moving average. And you could see we almost went above it twice. This takes us away. So this takes the shift, the time clock for the Fed away. You know, notice how they've been talking the last couple of days only. They went from 2 to possibly 1 interest rate drop in 2025. Dot plot lines. This shifts the dot plots right here down. And what I don't like about this, I'm going to get a little technical here. What I don't like about it is not only are we dropping now for several days in a row, but we're also below key levels. This is that new VWAP level, the quadruple witching, the new one. I still haven't taken the old ones yet, but you could see they're very close. But you could see there's a lot of stuff here. So for us to be able to break through all this takes a lot of work. And for us to get back above this will take a lot of work. And then when we do, we still have to overcome this resistance here, which is actually becoming pretty strong because it's got 2 levels. And then we got the 200-day. So that's going to be very, very significant. All right, bond market is going up. This is fantastic. We really need that. Notice how it bottomed out here yesterday. It's going up. What I want to see today is bonds above 89. I want to see the bonds above 89. This asset right here above 89. That would put us right here. That would put us right at this VWAP right here. I want to see this rally, and I want this to be the low. I want this to be like a reversal pivot. If we don't get that, that's going to be a problem. But so far, so good. So far, bonds are doing great. Let's see what the stock market's doing. Okay, it's rallying. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Chop chop. The Fed appears to have little control over the bond yield. They have no control over the bond yield. They have no control over long bond yield. Zero, John. This is market driven. The only thing they have control over is the 90-day. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it. And by the way, speaking of the numbers, what are the numbers? Yep. 2.4, right on the dot. And consumption expenditures went down. This is great. This gives Powell a little juice. Folks, this gives Powell a little juice right here. Our consumption expenditures went down on an annual rate. This is good. I'm telling you again, if Trump would just stop it with these tariffs, we would the if Trump didn't do what he's doing right now, I have a pretty good feeling that the bond market would be above the 200-day moving average. But it is what it is. But this is good. This is really good. This is good. I'm very happy about this news. I did not expect consumption expenditures to go down. This can make a dent um, in the CPI report, folks. Well, but it's moving lower. It's moving lower. That's positive. I'm going to take whatever I can get, Rich. I'm going to take whatever I can get. By the way, speaking of whatever I can get, here is a link for today's class. I hope you guys join me. It'll be fantastic. I promise you. Here is the VIP room link. And to be honest with you, credit card debt may be topping. That's kind of what I'm looking at, Jeff. I'm going to look at other reports. I'm going to look at some private reports to see if I can get a confirmation of that today. You may want to remind me if you're there, Jeff, and I think you are. I usually see you. You obviously know about this stuff. This is not your first rodeo. I'm going to look at some private data, and I'm going to see if the private data matches what I'm seeing here. And if we are, I know you're probably thinking, Roger, you're making too big of a deal of this, but if credit debt is topping, that's a really good sign. That's a really, really good sign. Okay. And another positive thing, even with the bond market dropping, I want to show you guys something that's been positive lately. I'm jumping a little bit today, but not for bad reasons, for good reasons. So I want to show you this. Remember our list here? If you look at the stocks right here, these stocks are really interest rate sensitive right here, like retail, financial, communication, consumer discretionary. Not all of these. Like for example, you still have the Russell 2000. Where is the Russell 2000? Right here. But mid caps are here. Point is, you have a lot of interest rate sensitive stocks up here, and the bond market. And I actually mentioned this to you a few days ago. I said the bond market's going down, but we have a lot of interest rate sensitive stocks up. But the fact that the bond market is going down, and you see these stocks here, and I thought it was a little weird, and I thought maybe it was happening because this was just very broad, very mixed, and I was just picking. But I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence. So this is good. That means that speculative stocks are starting to come back, and bonds could be bottoming out, which right here, which would be absolutely fantastic. It would be fantastic. So what I'm going to hope that this is going to come higher. Obviously, I'm going to be looking at the lows, but we don't want to go below this area. And if this is going to start topping out, it would make a lot of sense that these stocks, especially financial and retail, are all the way up here. That would make sense. I'm looking for some signs that the bond market is done going down. That's what I'm really trying to do. Okay. Yeah, big families are yeah, they are fun. Gets to a point where people can't start getting denied. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have to see what I have to do is what I'm going to check is I'm going to check out debt collectors. I'm going to check out what debt collectors are saying today. Um, Debt collectors know more about the economy than anybody else, and I want to see if public debt companies, what their forward-looking statements were over the last couple of months. I'm going to look at a couple of public debt companies today, and I'm going to see what they're doing, and I'm going to see how they're trading against the market because companies that buy paper, they start going up. So I'm going to share this with you. Companies, what has Kane been saying about bond market? Yep. So large debt companies. Let me explain to you their business model real quick. Do you guys understand paper buying? Basically, paper buying is buying old debts. Collection companies, they make their money by buying debt. They buy debt from contractors. Just like we buy leads for traders, they buy debt. And what happens is they have a real good eye on when debt is starting to bottom out. Because if interest rates are going to go down, yield goes down, debt debt becomes more expensive. So the first people to start feeling that is usually public debt collector companies. They start rallying and they start moving higher. I'm going to check on that today. I'm not going to do it right now. Right. So I'm gonna check it out right now. Not right now. I'm gonna check it out today, and I'll report back on that. But that's a positive sign. Crude oil. Crude oil is looks like it's now entered a consolidation period, right as we expected it to. The most likely scenario from this point is another breakdown, and the most likely scenario here is not up because GDP today was actually better than expected. And GDP is better than expected usually causes energy prices to subdue. Now, the unforeseeability that we're having in the Middle East isn't seem to be spiking these bars. Notice the size of the bars as we're coming down. Notice the size of these bars as we're coming up. You want bars like this when you're coming up. These bars, when the size of the bars is small, it usually means a pullback or a sheepish consolidation, and volume is pretty low. So I don't expect energy prices to go much higher. I would actually expect us to top out right here and start coming back down or consolidating around here. Okay. US dollar is coming up, but we still have the 200-day moving average here. We have the 200-day moving average here. We are finally breaking up, but we have the 200-day moving average here. Now, if the US dollar starts going higher, okay, that's going to impact the bond market, obviously, okay, because there's an inverse correlation between bonds and US dollar. But I'm keeping an eye on it, and so far we have the next support, next resistance right here at the 200-day, which is at the 105 level, okay? Thank you. Good information. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful to you guys? China. Is China helping us or hurting us? China is at the VWAP right here. China is doing nothing right now. And I mean nothing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days now. They're doing nothing. They're just sitting right at that VWAP. The quadruple witching VWAP right there. But China's below the 8-day EMA now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. If China remains below this bar and China stays here and doesn't go above the 8-day EMA, it's going to go lower. If China goes lower, it's going to put more pressure on the Baidus, the Babas. You guys all know that stuff. All right. All right. Cool, Sherry. Good. Cheryl. Sorry, Cheryl. All right. Let's continue. So investors wait U.S. President Trump's announcement of tariffs on autos. President Trump signed a proclamation to impose 25% tariffs on auto imports. Auto tariffs are set to take effect at April 3rd, midnight. Fully assembled vehicles. Now, that's very tricky. This is a very tricky thing here. May 3rd, the scope will widen to cover auto. Oh, okay. Auto parts such as engines, transmission, power. Okay. Why did they separate this into two different periods? That's going to make so difficult for companies to keep the correct books. As a result, legacy autos are down quite a bit. I wonder if Tesla is down pre-open. Tesla does have a correlation to stocks. I'm just curious if it's up or down. Yeah, flat. Okay, flat. By the way, Tesla bounced at the 200-day moving average and seems to be following the main indices, aka my Picasso drawing. The next level you want to wait for Tesla is right here, below the 8-day. Once it goes below the 8-day, the 263, the odds are it's going to come right back to this area. I may even do a credit spread on Tesla. All right. U.S. economic data, GDP. That's the third, fourth quarter. That's the third estimate of the fourth quarter. Jobless claims. By the way, jobless claims. I never even looked at jobless claims because they don't do anything. But let's take a look. Hey, was I right or what? It's nothing. It's nothing there. Let's see how the market's behaving. TLT. It's maintaining. It's maintaining the move. I like that. A little, not really much here. Not really much here. Not really much there. Everything is slightly negative right now. Everything is slightly negative. Now, the Dow right now is also negative. So this is delayed, but everything is now negative. Everything is now negative, okay? And look at the S&P. It was up like 5 points. It's not even up right now. All right. For one, CNBC has a guest explanation. One part crossed the border up to 23 times. Has the most domestic manufacturing of all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We need credit when you got Alpha Zone. Exactly. Exactly. Good, 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 good. Interest. Oy, oy, oy. Kevin, that's crazy. Similar uncertainty after April 3rd. Yes, I do. I do because Trump now just said that he's going to do something to he's going to start doing it to healthcare and other things. I just want him to finish. Once he finishes, that part will stop and we can focus on global economy. But we're not going to do that till he stops. Okay, volatility. Volatility went up yesterday. And if volatility goes to 20 today, we're in deep doo-doo because that's warning sign. You're going to keep an eye on volatility and you're going to see whether it comes down and it can hit yesterday's low, which is at 17-ish area, or go to the 20 level and start coming back up. You're going to be looking at that very closely today. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's doing absolutely nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4 days doing nothing. And if it keeps doing nothing, it's going to come down. Because when it's not doing anything, it means there's just no one. Someone bought it and they're just holding off. This is like the ADD line. See, ADD can go up and just stay here and it'll be high. But if you don't have the tick, anyone pressing the gas pedal, it won't go higher. So somebody really bought this up and now they're just not doing anything. And if they keep doing nothing, then the bears will become emboldened and it'll reverse. But keep an eye on the 8-day EMA. That's where this area is. What about mega caps? Are they looking any different? Not better at all. Not better at all. Yesterday's session, Magnificent Seven, Nvidia, 5% loss, ARM dropped, AI stocks plunged after Microsoft abandoned more data center projects, something I've been talking about for a while. Folks, that's really bad because it takes a long time to set up these data centers. What's that data center stock? What's that data center ETF that I always look at? Does anybody know? DXY didn't look that weak today. US dollar just kind of flat. Looks like it's just consolidating up above the 8-day EMA. It's not really that bad. It's just kind of sitting there. What's that ticker symbol? D DLR, Digital Realty Trust. DLR. Let's take a quick look at DLR. DLR. That's the company that sets up these data centers. Okay. It does not look all that bullish. I'm gonna DLR. I'm gonna keep an eye on this today. So anytime you see AI infrastructure, data centers, DLR. DLR is in the business of data centers. And I got stopped out if it thinks was in the trade for 6 days. Oh, good for you, RJ. Good morning, RJ. Yes, Digital Realty Trust. Digital Realty Trust. Like the bears have already been emboldened. Let's see. Look at what this guy says. Uncertainty on tariff front remains ridiculously high. Gee, did I say that? Leaving it incredibly tough for businesses or consumers to plan more than about a day into the future. What? Somebody else is saying what I've been saying for the last month every day? I mean, the last 2 months every day, and still making night on impossible for market participants to price risk. Well, I got to tell you something, Michael Brown from Pepperstone. I think you've been either following my show every day or you're a pretty smart guy because I've been saying this now for 2 months every day. And people have been telling me, no, 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 you're wrong, Roger. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. But no, I wasn't wrong. I was 100% right. Durable good orders unexpectedly rose. I wouldn't put too much into this. It's a month over month. It'll be revised. My favorite part, Neil Kashkari said on Wednesday, unpredictable fiscal policies under President Trump's administration. Didn't I tell you they're going to start pointing fingers at President Trump? Are clouding the central bank's outlook. He noticed that the Fed should just sit where we are for an extended period of time. Isn't that what I told you about 3 months ago? That you shouldn't do anything? Didn't Trump tell you not to do anything? What made you think when Trump was telling you he was going to do all these things? What possessed you to make changes? Because I remember telling you all of this before it happened, that all of this was going to happen. Said it's uncertain where the impact of tariffs will be temporary and warned that secondary effects might prompt policymakers. Then why did you lower 2 times right before Trump came into the office, you moron? You knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I was telling all of you guys it was going to happen 5 months ago now. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. No, it doesn't, Angie. It doesn't take years. Watch this together and it turned into a nice trade. Good, Helen. So happy to hear that. All right. Point is, this is all bullshit. This is just bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. What? We didn't know ahead of time that Trump was going to do all this tariff stuff? You mean he wasn't telling us this every single... One thing about Trump, I'll give him credit. He said all of this was going to happen. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Whether it works out or not is a different story. But we knew he was going to do this. That was his campaign promise. They made this decision after he was already elected, so they knew it was going to happen, but they did it anyway. They did it anyway. 90% chance no rate cut. I believe July. I'm thinking July. Commerce. Sorry, I don't mean to get all worked up, but yeah, he can't. That's right, Nathan. He campaigned on it. So they waited for him to get elected. They waited, and then they decided to do it, and now they're blaming him for it. Like, what? You didn't know that was going to happen? We knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. All of you knew it was going to happen. How come they didn't know it was going to happen? RJ says, does Clyde have to get up really early? Yes, he does. No, that's his job. PJ says, no surprise there. Yeah, like we didn't know Trump was going to play around with tariffs. He literally said everything. One thing I'm going to say, all the things he said he was going to do, he's trying to do them. He's trying to do them. Didn't they know that? Don't get me started. I don't want to get all worked up before the market starts. Initial jobless claims, pending home sales. What about pending home sales? When does pending home sales come out? Oh, at 10 a.m. Okay, we're not going to do anything before that, for sure. That will impact consumer discretionary stocks. It just really pisses me off, you know. This morning, investor Europe, they ingested new automotive announcement. Automotive terror stocks plunged on Thursday after Trump administration announced 25%, set to take effect on April 3rd. He also indicated he was impose additional tariffs on EU, on Europe and Canada if they work together against the U.S. I don't see anybody working against the U.S., but whatever. Whatever. China closed slightly higher. Investors shrugged off new tariffs on U.S. car imports. Yeah, because they don't care about they got their own cars there. They can charge in 5 minutes, as well as weak industrial profit. Pharmaceuticals, semiconductor stocks gained ground on Thursday. Keep an eye on pharmaceutical stocks because they've been taking a dump since Trump announced that he was going to tariff healthcare companies potentially. We all know that. Japan closed lower, growing concerns about U.S. tariffs weighted on sentiment. Duh. Auto stocks led the decline. U.S. President Trump imposed 25% tariffs. So to take effect next week, auto industry experts anticipate the move will raise prices, disrupt production. Technology stocks also slumped. And it's not going to do Mexico any favors because Mexico assembles a lot of cars in the U.S. All the auto companies are down today. Aside from that, let's move on. AMD's down. AMD's a major chip stock, folks. Major. Hey, PJ, hope you're well. This is a major chip stock. AMD is a major chip stock, folks. Major chip stock. Okay, major chip stock. So this, keep an eye on your Nvidia today. Keep an eye. I almost shorted chip stocks yesterday. I didn't. I wish I did, but there's just too much uncertainty right now. I was watching the market all day, and I did a trade like the last 20 minutes of the day or something like that. It was one of those overnight, but I didn't even have to hold it overnight. It gave us the profit we wanted in like 15 minutes. PayPal is down, not good for fintech, not good for chips. These two are down. This makes up about 30% of market cap in terms of technology software. Okay, so be careful. Be careful. Talking about technology, let's talk mags. How are mags doing today? That's what I've been saying, Scuba, Chris, for a long time now. And people have been very much arguing with me every step of the way. Do you guys remember the first time I mentioned tariffs? Do you guys remember the slack I got here from the room? People wanted to like curse me out in 15 different languages. And now it's just like part of our culture. So, no soup here. Picasso is working well. Keep an eye on the low, yesterday's low. Keep an eye on yesterday's low. If we don't break yesterday's low, we may have a chop day. If we break yesterday's low, we're going to come down lower. So far, I'm not seeing any indication of real weakness today. This is just chop. This is just chop. And also, when you don't see a big gap in the morning, it means the markets are not going to open up or down too much. And that's good. Although the Dow's not really doing anything, SMH is down. Still a good short all the way up to here. I may short something in the chip sector today. Bonds rallied and completely sold off. Look, folks, in the last 20 minutes, they lost everything. They lost everything. Look, everything. One, two, three, four, five. They've been 25 minutes. They've been one up, two down. Markets are not stabilizing. Markets are not stabilizing. This is not good. All right. Let me see what. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Mags. Keep an eye on the low of yesterday. That area was 47.77. On the SPY, let's look at the SPY. I'll tell you right now, Carlos. Yeah, we're below the VWAP. We're already opening below the VWAP, and we're already here. Now, what I would love to see today is just a straight up move to the upside. Don't think we're going to see that. If we defend the low of yesterday, which is at 576.19, and we're right now at we're right now at 568.59, and the low is 560, 576.30. Excuse me, 567.19, 567.19, about a point and a half below our current level. If we break that level, we're going to come down here. We're going to come down here. And if we break this, we're going to come down here. There's not really much support here. So this is a bearish sign. Bearish sign. Bearish sign. Let me give you some links, guys. Remember, I'll be live today. This may be the last time you get to see me do before the price goes up. Alpha Zone Pro. I'll be in the VIP room at noon. I'm going to give you guys some more educational lessons. We've been doing a lot of lessons lately. I do have a hit list for today with options. I'll do that today. I'll go through the options. I haven't done that in a while. And here's customer service live. Also, they're going to be cleaning out the Telegram channel and evicting anybody who's still in the pit who got a refund, and cleaning up the Alpha Zone, getting all the free people out of there who got a refund. I want to clean it all up before I do the upgrades. So we're going to be doing that this week. How about RSP? How is RSP looking? Sticking to the 200-day and defending the 8-day EMA and this level right here. So we're still okay here. Me too, Cam. And if you have any questions, please ask. All right. All right. Right here. Right there. Right there. How can you invite a friend to my live event? Just give them this link right here. All you got to do is just give them this link, Kathy. Right there. Just copy and paste that link and give it to them. Yeah, just share that link. Exactly what Angie just said. And here's my email address for those that don't have it. Roger Scott at, please, no customer service questions. Trading questions, I love customer service. You're not going to get an answer from me, or it's going to be a very short answer. Reach out to customer service. I don't deal with that. so, so this is still looking good. And by the way, blue chips are still outperforming technology. Obviously, yield has a lot to do with that. So we're still seeing strong on the blue chips, but we're starting to see weakness on things like SMH. Ooh, look where SMH is, guys. Look where SMH is. Let's look at it on TC 2000. Broke that low pre-open. Be careful because the target is right here. Remember my Picasso drawing. Nothing has changed. All right. Market momentum. Do we have any directional momentum? No, we have no directional momentum. Obviously, the downside's a little stronger. This is including ETFs. We're still below 100. We're still below 100. Let me show you how weak the momentum is, both sides. 35 stocks making 52-week lows. 21 stocks making 20-week lows. 31 stocks making 50-day lows. 56 stocks making 90-day lows. We'll talk about some of these, but the point is you don't have strong momentum. I think the momentum is going to increase to the downside, not to the upside. But so far, you don't have much directional bias here. You don't. Watch volatility. If volatility, the biggest clue is going to be if volatility takes out yesterday's high or takes out yesterday and the previous day's low. If it's inside day, the odds are we're not going to generate a lot of momentum, and that means you're going to be looking for trades and you're going to get whipsawed. I don't like to be whipsawed, so I'm going to be extra patient today. As far as sector strength, we have seen money coming into some of the tech sectors and some of the retail sectors, but at the same time, technology, because of chips, is down here. So you have a huge fragmentation within tech itself right now. So what happens if half the tech stocks go up and half the tech stocks go down? Just like I explained to you this morning with the market. Okay. Tesla uptick. Where's the uptick in Tesla? Let's see. I'd be more focused on McDonald's, not Tesla right now. Uh, this isn't much of an uptick right now. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't do anything to Tesla until Tesla is above the 50-day and the 100-day. You got to be above the red flag, the American flag. Tesla right now is below the American flag. It's below the 150 and the 200-day moving average. We don't want to buy stocks that are below the flag. We want to buy stocks above the flag. Red, white, and blue. See how easy I've made it? You buy above the flag, you sell below the flag. The flag is the red, blue, and white lines. Okay? Yeah, yeah. Uh, and if you are still in McDonald's, you'll probably be able to, from yesterday's trade, you'll probably be able to get out this morning at a pretty good profit. We'll see what happens there. That was just a day trade, fast day trade too. All right, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at right now. Okay, and I'll give you my full downgrade. We talked about that, Gregory. We talked about it. Yeah, McDonald's look good. That's what Angie. Let me show you something. Go long McDonald's 341. Fill price 313. Putting an exit McDonald's at 313.60. Filled. By the time I got there, it was at 314. So from 313 to 314 in in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. You should be out. Look at how patient I was. I didn't do anything the entire day. And then I did McDonald's 20 minutes before the close, and we made a point in it. Patience, 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 patience. You got to be patient. All right, stocks that I'm looking at this morning. Shutterstock. I know. It's the first time I've ever given you this stock, right? Now, you know that's not true. Look at how clean this thing moves. It's beautiful. Foot Locker. China coming down is no good for Foot Locker. Look at how clean this stock moves. First Solar. This stock can really move when it moves, but it's got to break. It's breaking down. Got to break down a little more. Are you still in the strangle? What strangle, Carla, are we talking about? Oh, yes. Well, it's a bonus. It's a bonus trade. I think that today we're going to be getting out of it. And I mentioned today, folks, that if we don't get the profits, we will be getting out of it. So yes, I haven't given a. That's a bonus trade, Carla. Those trades are on your own, but I usually give you guys the exits for it anyway. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that trade is going to do us any favor unless we get a move today. I don't want to. I don't want to keep it into tomorrow. So let you know. First Solar, ILMN. Thanks for reminding me too. So I'm glad you reminded me. Uh, Illumina. Look at how well the stock is moving. Notice how smooth these stocks are. They're smooth, smooth criminals. Look at that. If you're wrong, how much does it go against you before it starts coming back down? That's what you should be asking yourself, not how much money you should be making on it. Nice looking. I got to tell you, these are nice looking stocks. These are nice looking stocks. Gill, VRDN. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at this. Less than $20. Nice looking stock. And Carla, if you have other questions, you can always email me. I'm around. Vera. Oof, look at that. Nice stocks, right? XNCR. I don't even know what the stock does, and I don't really care. But look at the trend. Look at the trend. Look at that trend. Jack. Still like Jack. Okay, that's the short side. Now let me give you the long side, okay? Verizon, CVS, I still like, but I want CVS to trade above these levels. I want to show some upside here first. CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, FinTech. I want it to trade above this line right here, above this high first. Core, beautiful stock. Otis, CH, Yum Brands. Yum Brands is coming back up. Looks really nice here. Hopefully we'll get a move. Bro, nice looking stock. Needs to come back to the 8-day EMA. Still okay here. Still okay. But I would love to see it come to the 8-day. But still okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. VRSN. What a beauty. GL. I hate to do this, but how about I'll take a look at it in a second, PJ. Global Life, Dollar General, up to the 200-day line. This is your profit target if you're going to take this, and take it very slowly and carefully if you're going to do this Dollar General. CBOE. I'll take a look right now at defensive stocks. Choppy, very choppy. So not a day trade, but it's looking really good right now for an A line to the upside, but very choppy. Let me take a look at LMT. Let's take a look at LMT. Yep. Looks like a very nice A line to the downside right here, as long as it doesn't go higher today, as long as it goes lower. It's got to go lower from this point on. It can't go higher. It has to go lower. What was the other one, PJ? BAE? All right. I'm not really that familiar with BAE. Uh, what is it? BAE? Nah, I don't know about BAT. RXT still looks good. I mean, hold on, RTX. That one still looks great. Um, what was it? What was the other one? RHM? What is this? I don't have any ticker RHM or HO. I don't know what PJ. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's continue. SHW. Your tickers are not. You don't have the right tickers, PJ. SH. No, no. Please, folks, stop this. Look, folks. Look. Stop giving me nonsense and start giving me stocks that look like mine. If you don't have stocks that look like mine, I'm not worried. I'm not interested in them. All right. All right, guys. So Alpha Zone Pro targeting 50% moves. 50% moves. Hey, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you. VIP room. Right here is a link for that. Yeah, we don't trade European stocks. And we trade American stocks. And there's customer service live. Folks, if there's anything I didn't cover, Home Depot. Yeah, I could look at Home Depot real quick. No, no, it's got to break below this VWAP right here. It's got to break below this view. It's got to break below this 354 area. All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a great day. Love you all. And have a fantastic day. And please stay out of trouble. We're going to be very patient because there's less than 100 stocks up or down. And because we have divergence between the indices, we're going to be very, very cautious. I hope you guys, AIG, I'll take a look quickly at AIG. Yep, looks fantastic. Yep, AIG still looks great. All right, guys, have a great day. Talk soon. Bye. I'll give you an update from Matt as soon as I get it. Bye, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Be well. Look at that. No arguments today. This is like the third session straight. No arguments. Bye. Folks, be very, very careful today. We may have a false move today. We've had some run days, so be very, 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 very carefully. And remember, you've buttered your last biscuit. All right. See you guys.